If you would like to get this month's crystal reading for your sign for download and purchase, please click on the Vimeo link below this video in the Show More section, or visit my website, theluckymermaid.com, and the links for these videos are posted on the most recent video page. Please be sure to check out my other psychic readings for each zodiac sign I have available there as well. Thank you so much. Wish you many blessings and peace.
Hi Sagittarius, I'm Pam, and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for December 2016. This month I laid out the 5-card Rainbow Tarot spread for you using the Golden Tarot deck. And remember, these are general readings, and to get messages pertaining specifically for you, you would need a private reading. This recording is for Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Ascendant, and Sagittarius Moon. Please be sure to watch your rising sign and your moon sign to gain more insight and information, because some months they will resonate more for you than your sun sign will. Happy birthday to all the Sagittarians out there. I hope you have a great birthday month and year. All that being said, Sagittarius, now on to your reading for December 2016. First card you have that shows up here today, Sagittarius, is the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands is a card that symbolizes moving on to new and better horizons, but you have 10 rods of burden on your shoulder, and these burdens are knowledge and experience that you've gained along the way that are going to help you on your way on the new and better horizons. It's also a card that can show being burdened, being overburdened, but you're moving on to things that are better. I hear some of you Sagittarians really like to have things just so, running a particular way. I do hear that you're going to find that there's some alteration of plans that are going to be necessary, rethinking some steps and alteration of plans. I see some of you saying, I've got to stop worrying about every little thing, and it's time for me to push something forward in a big way. Now, to me, this feels like you're trying to push forward an agenda or a plan or a project or a business or a relationship, anything that would be a big deal that you need to push forward. It comes up here through this card. So not worrying about the extraneous details so much as looking at the bigger picture and pushing things forward. Some of you are going to be learning some kind of new craft, new trade, or new skill in December. This is something that I feel is going to be an ongoing process and may actually take you a few months to complete. I don't know that it's going to get completed quickly for you, because I see a few months process going on. Some of you have some new idea that you are going to want to sell to the public. If you own your own business, this could be a new product line, it could be an idea, it could be a book, a screenplay, something that you're making a commercial about and you're selling. I don't know, it just comes up that way. I feel in the past you may have felt like every time you tried to get this up and running or going or push something forward, you may feel like you got blocked a lot, had a lot of roadblocks and stoppages along the way. I see many of you thinking, I'm creating new dreams for myself. I'm manipulating the powers the universe and God have given me, and I'm, using it to create the life I want, the lifestyle I want, the income I want, the job I'd like to have. I see your manifesting abilities really strong right now, Sagittarius, but yet I feel like they've been that way for a while. I don't feel like it's just happening right now, but it's like it's been leading up to it, and you're in full throttle of it now. They're telling me that Sagittarians, some of the Sagittarians are going to be leading the parade, the head of the show, the boss, the runner of the team, the coach, but really like leading head of the parade, leading some, being highlighted, a leader in some way comes up here for many of you Sagittarians. So the next card you have here is a little unusual twist. After that, you have the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords is a card that symbolizes this could be someone stealing something from you or deceiving you and lying to you, or both. So let's see why this is here. You do have to be wary, because I'm getting some of you are going to be in some kind of like catch-22 phase, or where it's like, the old saying, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You might find yourself in like, well, if I take this avenue and make this decision, it's going to be good, but it's going to conflict with this, which is something else I want to see happen. So I feel some of you Sagittarius will find yourself in a catch-22 situation in December. I get some of you have a long list of grievances that people are going to be coming to you and complaining to you about, or you're going to be the one with a long list of grievances. And these grievances, whether you are getting them coming at you or they're even coming from yourself, I feel they're going to have to be reported to bosses, executives, higher ups. Now, if you're your own boss, then these list of grievances may be coming to you and stop right there. But if you have bosses or superiors above you in a work-related situation, I feel the grievances are then going to go up to that level. I do feel some of you are getting some kind of stronger footing or stronger position or stronger foothold in some situation. It's either work or it could be a love relationship. It's just you're getting a stronger foothold in December in some manner. There's a lot of complications and things of details that need to get sorted out. Like, I see like tangled hair with a comb, somebody brushing out the tangles, or like a bunch of little sticks all, together in a mishmash, and they all have to get sorted out and aligned in a nice little rows. I see there's some complications and tangled situations you're going to be looking at and dealing with in December, but I do feel that you're getting them sorted out. It's not like it's going to stay in that disarray. Some of you may be getting involved in a new development of some kind of opening of a new business, a new company. It could even be your spouse or somebody that's connected to you is opening a new business or a new company, or they are getting involved in it because it's connected to you one way or another, either you directly or you through indirect channels of being involved in something new that's opening. And I feel like it's a big deal. This could be a new store. It could be a franchise, part of another company. It could just be, some privately owned person opening their own business. And it's either you doing it or someone connected to you doing it, or you could be working there. You're involved in some way. You do have to watch your back. I would watch your back in December because I don't know whether it's accurate that they're out to get you, but you may have a feeling. Like, I feel like somebody's looking over my shoulder, or I feel like somebody's out to get me in some way. That may or may not be accurate. That could just be a fear, but it does come up as you thinking that, in you having those thoughts about some circumstances, either family members or coworkers that you feel like there's something about them that they maybe have it in for you. I see you suspicious of it. Whether it's accurately true for your position or case or not, it's going to be different for each one of you, but I see you thinking about it. The card you have crowning your reading is the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords is a card to me that symbolizes a air sign female. This would either be a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. This is somebody that's going to start telling people things and giving people direction. If you work for any company or business where a new female boss is going to come in, she may start being a little bit of a dictator, not necessarily in a bad way, but wanting to reorganize things, restructure things, having to give a lot of direction. That comes up here through this queen. This could also be a male. it is a general reading, so don't be thrown that it's a female card here. This could be a male Queen of Swords. I see you thinking about some kind of idea that's going to gain you a lot of respect from people in the public. Now, the public could be, if you're not in any field that you're really dealing with the public, it could be, your public could be the people that work around you in your everyday work life. Your public could be your family and your friends that you associate with on a regular basis. But if you do deal with the public in your job or career, that's the public they could be referring to. But it's like you're coming up with some really ingenious, bright idea. Like it's a really good idea. I feel this actually is applying to you doing it, although it could be the Queen of Swords is doing it. It is in her card, but I feel like it actually applies to the Sagittarians out there. For those of you that are single, I see a new romance sparkling your curiosity. Even if you're already coupled, I see somebody catching your eye. That doesn't mean if you're in a happy relationship, you're going to leave your partner. It doesn't mean that. But I see for single and like coupled Sages, there is somebody that's going to come into your sphere of knowing or influence that's going to catch your eye in some way. And it does trigger something in you. I feel you're going to have a reaction to it. Some of you are going to be working with this Queen of Swords, and if you're the Sagittarians that got the long list of grievances and complaints that came at you, she may be the one, or he, if it's a male Queen of Swords, could be the one that you're working together, going through the list and sorting the things out. You could be working together as a team comes up here. So for some of you, this is a boss. For some of you, it's like a coworker, but still kind of elevated. And for some of you, this is somebody you could possibly be interested in or having some kind of relationship with. Again, don't get hung up on the gender of the card. You're going to be talking to somebody and making contact with them, and this is going to put something going and on the map. This Queen of Swords, you're going to have communications with them, and for some of you Sagittarians, you're going to be working on some project plan or idea in tandem with them, or in a new job or a new job scenario, or some coupling with them in some way where you are working on things together or getting together with them in some kind of arrangement. It's kind of interesting there. So the next card you have, Sagittarius, is the Nine of Wands, and that is being prepared and ready for battle. It can also mean being suspicious of someone or some situation. I do get some of you Sagittarians are going to be looking on the internet using MapQuest, mapping things out of where you have to go, some kind of travels for some connections that you need to make that have something to do with business contacts or your own business or some work-related issue or matter. It could also be legal matters that would involve contracts, details, and things like that. I'm seeing you search out something on MapQuest on the computer to see where certain places are you need to go, what's around them. You may be doing it because maybe you want to see to set up your GPS where you're going somewhere. This comes up here, but you can also be mapping out things like a strategy or a plan, because maps and mapping things out is coming up here. You're going to take it on the chin for somebody. You're going to stick your neck out and take it on the chin for somebody, but you have to be careful because they're talking about a house of cards could come tumbling down because of that. So take it one step at a time. Go easy into tenuous situations. Don't go into any like negotiations that may be tricky, or any situations where there's people at odds with each other that are not seeing eye to eye and are kind of like in a battle position. You need to ease into that situation one step at a time, the guides are saying, and to not like go in like a bucking bronco into the situation, like I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna change the whole works, and what are we all doing here, this is a waste of time, and let's get to the point. And that isn't going to work in this situation, because they're saying to me, if you go in like that too forcefully or too bluntly or too boldly, that the whole situation could cave in like a house of cards. So you can be successful in any situation that this would apply to you, Sagittarius, if you ease into it, don't say as much as you really want to say, and careful of your wording, and go steadily into it, not a bam. That's not going to work. If you've had any communication breakdown or meltdown with any loved one, family member, lover, coworker, account of any kind, I do get it getting mended again. So if you've had any kind of trouble with communications or communication breakdown, I feel there will be a repair of that. Now, your outcome card is interesting because you came up as the manifestor earlier in this reading, and here you have the card of the Magician, and the Magician is the card of the manifestor. It's what you think about, you bring about. What is in the ethers and in the spiritual plane, you manifest into the physical form and physical reality. It's your outcome card here for December. You're going to have a lot of irons in the fire. You're going to be putting a lot of things in place. I'm seeing you like dealing with this over here and dealing with this over here and aligning this over here and this deal over here and that over here. You're going to be very busy in December. You're going to have a lot of irons in the fire. Maybe you're looking for a lot of different jobs, or maybe you have a job in sales or some other kind of thing where you need accounts or clients, and you're going to have like networking going on, or communicating and connecting with people, or it's all that kind of energy circling around this Magician. They're also saying it's a very strong message for you this month, Sagittarius, to strongly believe in yourself. I've known Sagittarians over the years, and any Sagittarian I knew always believed in themselves. So I'm kind of surprised at that message. I never came across one that didn't believe in themselves personally, but I'm getting it here. So if you're a Sagittarian that doesn't tend to believe in your strengths or your abilities or whatever, they're saying once you tap into that, your manifesting skills and abilities, and what you manifest is going to come that much quicker and that much more strongly into your life. But believing in yourself has a big, strong component and key to this. I see some of you looking into a new opportunity to buy into something. So maybe you've got some money you want to invest and a friend is opening a business, or maybe you're going to open your own business, or maybe you're looking in stocks or other things that you can invest your money into, real estate, stocks, whatever. I see some of you really putting some consideration into, expanding your money through investing some money into something else, either for someone close to you or yourself, or something you believe in or know about. It's going to generate rewards for you. I would trust your intuition because it's extremely high right now. And any brilliant ideas that you have in this month of December are going to turn to something very lucrative for you in the very near future. And any doorways that open up for you where you're getting invited to attend parties, gatherings, celebrations, seminars, classes, lecture series, groups where people are meeting up in any way, any opportunity for you to network or do anything like that, or learn anything new, take any classes, update anything you already know. This is the month for you to do it in, Sagittarius. It's coming in really strongly here. I also feel that some of you Sagittarians are going to be feeding your relatives this month. Now, we do have Christmas and Hanukkah and other holidays that circle around in this time period. So it could be for the holidays. It could be because maybe some of you, it's your birthday and you're throwing yourself a birthday party. It could be anything, but I do get also entertaining family and having mouths to feed and having some kind of dinner or party or gathering comes up for many of you Sagittarians in this Magician card. So now the last card I'm going to look into for this month is the Archangel Gabriel Oracle card by Doreen Virtue. And the card that you got is recognition. Got the card of recognition. And this says on the card, you and your accomplishments are receiving appreciation and honors. That's awesome, Sagittarius. Look at you. Go Sagittarius. Yay. Because you guys went through some rough patches. You seriously did. There's going to be some kind of news that's going to be coming to you about you getting some kind of award or recognition for something you did. It could be a newspaper write-up. It could be if you're attending something to do with work, they give you some kind of plaque of commemoration. It could be a write-up in a magazine or newspaper. It could be something on the internet. I mean, it just comes up here as you're going to be hearing and receiving something that's going to be like, you know, an honor to you, prestigious to you. Some of you are taking a new look at yourself and making yourself over. I'm not saying you don't look good. I'm not saying you need to do it. I'm saying I'm seeing you do it. You saying, I want to look more this way. Like maybe your hair is one color and you want it to be red. It's going to be red. It's going to be auburn. Or maybe you look at yourself and you're like, you know what? My clothes look good, but they're looking kind of old, tired, or, you know, losing their shape, or I need something more updated. And you're going to buy a bunch of new clothes that are fresh, new, maybe a different style. Somehow I see Sagittarians looking at themselves and giving themselves like some kind of regeneration, revamping, renewing, whatever you want to say there. You're going to become more astute in your knowledge and your sensibilities, and I feel that you are going to begin instructing others. So some of you may start doing this on the side. It may be part of something you have to do for your job, or if you own your own business, maybe you're like, you know what, I could make additional money if I start training some people on the area I know how to do from this business, and you might start running classes. If you teach, if you know another language or you know a musical instrument, maybe you're going to start giving lessons or instructions in that. It just comes up that teaching and educating others is going to be on your plate, I feel, at some point when you get into the year of 2017. There's going to be some Sagittarians that are going to be swearing some kind of oath and going into some kind of office. Now, I know it could be any office of anything. This doesn't have to, I don't mean presidential office. This could be like, I don't know what, I really don't know enough. Like, do they swear in everybody that gets into some kind of public office, no matter what? Mayor, senator, congressman, governor. I don't really know what would get sworn in. But I do get that there's going to be some people that are Sagittarians that will be getting sworn into some kind of position or office in the month of December. It could even be like chief of police or becoming a judge. I mean, I don't know if they swear people in for that. I don't really know, but it could be anything. So just think on that, Sagittarius. The last message the guides want to give you is they say, be sure to honor whatever is holy to you. That doesn't necessarily mean religion. If it could be your own personal religion that you go to church or a synagogue or a temple of some sort for. But it could be honoring your own spiritual principles, your own ideals, and your own beliefs. For some reason, however this is going to make sense to you, they want you to think on that and make sure you're doing that in this month of December 2016. So I hope this reading was of help to you. I certainly hope it made sense. I want to thank you so much for liking, sharing, and watching my videos. Thank you for subscribing and for Google Plusing. I do truly appreciate that. And please be sure to remember to subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I post my monthly psychic tarot readings and my mid-month updates and any of the other additional full moon videos, new moon videos I post on YouTube. You'll get notified about that. Also, if you would like to get a continuation of this reading where I look into my crystal and get additional messages for you from my spirit guides, Sagittarius, for this month of December 2016. You can access these videos for download and purchase by clicking on the link below this video in the Show More section, and it will take you to my Vimeo videos on demand page for December 2016 crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac. You can also access these videos by going to my website, www.theluckymermaid.com, clicking on the videos tab on my menu and going to page 8, and at the top of the page you will see the heading for December 2016 crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac. You just click on your sign and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and also Happy Hanukkah and Happy Holidays and any celebrations that you have in this month of December. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.